Okay, the Champions League final.
Yes.
On 28th of May. What do you think about the game?
It's not a game, and it's even much more than a match. In fact, I think it is much more than even football. If you look at the history of both clubs since 1928, has it been all about peace? No.
No.
It has been all about conflict. So I think this is a war. It is a war between the rich and the poor. It is a fierce battle between one club whose stadium is surrounded by affluent banks and another club whose stadium is surrounded by middle-class families. That is what I think of the game.
What does it mean for those who love the game? This is the Champions League final. What does it mean for people who have high stakes in football?
It means a lot. I brought a coin here, so let's look at it from this way.
Okay.
If you believe, or if you do not believe in history, then it simply means Real Madrid or Atletico Madrid, any of them could win it. But if that's on one side of the coin, on the other side of the coin, if you believe in history, it means a lot. Because since the new Champions League started in 1993, Real Madrid have played the finals 4 times. How many have they lost?
None.
I'll tell you the answer in a moment and it will shock you. They've played Juventus, they played Valencia, they've played Bayern Munich, and they played Atletico Madrid. And in all 4 finals, they've won all. But even maybe much more interesting for Real Madrid and for fans of Atletico Madrid as well, history tells us something significant. That since the Champions League started, the first version in 1955, when it was called the European Championship Club then, they played 6 times. That's Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid. They've gone into this war 6 times. Real Madrid has won 4, drawn 1, and only lost 1.
You've said everything about Real Madrid, how they've not lost, for a very long time. Does that mean Atletico Madrid has no chance of winning this game?
It depends on what you take the argument to. If we both sit down and we're enjoying a cold bottle of beer at the beer parlor, we'll certainly hear all sorts of arguments. But there's something no one will say. Atletico Madrid have played in the finals only 2 times. The first time was on the 17th of May 1974 when they played Bayern Munich. They lost by 4 goals to nothing. And then they played Real Madrid on the 24th of May 2014. They lost 4-1. So in both instances that Atletico Madrid have come close to winning the finals, they've lost gallantly. That is what we should describe it as. They've been gallant losers. So it'll be interesting if they'll be able to pull it out this time around. However, that doesn't make it impossible for them to do. Real Madrid have played the finals 13 times. They've won 10 out of the 13 times. And they've lost, clearly, only 3 times. Now, here's what it means. The 3 games they've lost against Benfica in 1962, they lost against Inter Milan in 1964, and they lost against Liverpool in 1981. We find something very unique across all the 3 times they've lost. And that is, for you to beat Real Madrid at the finals, you need to win the second half. Benfica did it in 1962. Inter Milan did it in 1964. And Liverpool did it in 1981. They won Real Madrid 1-0, all in the second half. So if Atletico Madrid is going to stand any chance, based on history again, they have to win the second half.
Okay, you talked about the history of this game, from both sides. Who is likely to win this game from your own prediction?
It depends on how we want to look at it. But if we want to be very, very serious about what is likely to happen in this game, we need to understand that in their last 10 games, Atletico Madrid have always scored. And for Real Madrid, in their last 10 games, 9 out of their last 10 games, they've also scored at least 1 goal. So what will most likely happen is we will see a lot of goals. A minimum of 1 goal will surely happen in this game, because history tells us it's a high-scoring final match, especially if you look at it. This match will be played on the 28th of May. In the history of the Champions League since 1955, there have been 7 finals played on the 28th of May, and only 1 has gone into penalty shootout, and that was in 2003 when Juventus played AC Milan, and AC Milan went on to win 3-2. So it's a final that I see at least 1 goal happening, and I do not think it will go into penalty shootout. It's also interesting to see that if you look at the head-to-head comparison of both clubs, Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid. They both played each other in this war game in all of their history 212 times. Atletico Madrid has only won 54 times. So in essence, it is easier for you to easily guess and pick up a card from a pack of cards than for Atletico Madrid to win. Atletico Madrid has only a 25% chance based on history of winning this match. But again, like I said earlier, they probably will be able to win it if they can pull off a win in the second half. It's most likely going to end with at least a minimum of 1 goal and Real Madrid winning, unless Atletico Madrid is able to win the second half.